being with us here today. And we sat through your keynote address, which was very, very insightful. For our viewers, would you like to give us a quick 20-second highlights of your session today?
Thank you very much, and thank you, Business World, for the opportunity to speak today. It's been a phenomenal agenda. I've learned as much as I hope I've given the audience. Today I was talking a little bit about cross-cultural leadership and some of my learnings having lived and worked in 5 countries. Maybe the first and biggest lesson for successful cross-cultural leaders is we need to leave our ego behind. You know, the better we can leave our ego behind, the more we can fill that backpack with empathy, with learning, with understanding, and with building bridges to cultures, the more successful we are.
Lovely. Thank you for sharing that. Now, when we talk about global capability centers specifically, how do you see the India's GCC ecosystem evolving, let's say, in the near 5 years?
It's an exciting time, isn't it? You know, I was hearing today that we're now at 1,900 GCCs here in India. And that's grown by 300 just in the last 12 months alone. I think this will continue for organizations like ours, where we have quite a large GCC presence. Then the opportunity here in India for high levels of skills at scale is unprecedented compared to anywhere else in the world. And, and for us, and I think for many companies, healthcare companies like ours, we see India as the perfect place to continue breadth and, importantly, depth of all our work.
Right. Initially, when GCCs came to India, or when they were building up, they were known to be cost centers, but today they're known to be innovation hubs.
Absolutely.
Would you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, our GCC here started more than 15 years ago, and it's true. The original presence here was as a cost offshoring center, but no longer is that the case. You know, for the last 5-7 years, maybe it's been all about skills and scale. It's been about breadth and depth. It's been about innovation and bringing both technical innovation, process innovation, and mindset innovation into to making our place and a true value creator for the company.
You spoke about skills. Top 3 skills that are required for next-gen leaders today, John?
Well, for sure, AI, and we all talk about that. So understanding how we're going to work with AI, we can't escape it. Second, I think, is curiosity, challenging the status quo, asking why we're doing something a certain way and trying to improve it. And honestly, a skill that I try to imbibe in all our leaders is empathy. Right. It's something that's difficult for a machine to replicate. And if you really want to build a career, then those 3 skills of understanding where AI fits, being curious about how we can improve things, and doing it and leading with empathy would be the 3 things that I would advocate.
Lovely. John, at a GCC, how do you plan to strike a balance between the global standards, but also retaining and hiring local talent?
Yeah, a great question. We, as a European headquartered a pharmaceutical company, of course, have the needs of having high levels of specifically, technical skills, both in pharmacy, in medical, in IT, but also in commercial. And we're very fortunate that we can find all those skills here in India. And often it's the headquarter people visiting us here in India that say, do you know what? The skills are greater, the technical ability of your people are greater, and we continue to want to invest. So we don't see it as a challenge and a problem, but really as an opportunity to be able to do more and more here in India over the long term.
John, we're nearing the end of this year, only a month left. What are some of the trends that we should look forward to for 2026?
I think further growth of global process ownership and more depth of activities here in India. I think we, at least for our organization, we've historically hired at the experienced colleagues, but I'm really keen on engaging with campus hiring, with universities, and bringing such smart young minds that we see in the tens of thousands here in India into a GCC like ours. So those would be the two things that are on my mind.
John, in what ways is AI transforming and also helping GCCs in hiring, in training, and also in retaining employees?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, we're using AI in almost every one of, in our case, 17 functions. It helps us get better at all the functions that we run. But specifically to your question, then profiling candidates for people that we want to hire is now very much embedded with AI. But then the people analytics that we've heard about in today's event is also something that's very, very helpful to us. So understanding what's exciting employees, what's not exciting employees, what's going to retain employees, what engagement activities we need to do. By looking deeper into the people data, we can make for a better workplace experience and improve on the attrition that is good in our organization at around about 7%. But be keeping it that way will be technology that helps us along with the humans.
Right. You spoke about workplace culture. At your organization, what are some of the things that you are doing to enhance the workplace culture?
So a couple of things. I mean, as a healthcare company, we have the purpose and, if you like, the patient deeply at the center of everything we do. So, but sometimes as a GCC, you can feel very distant from the purpose. So we invest a lot of time in helping our employees understand the work that they do, the value that they create, changes lives in real time. Secondly, we are spending a lot of investment right now in looking at employee benefits.
Right.
When you look at stratify our organization, we have, Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, extroverts, introverts, working mums, young people, and being sure that we have a benefits system that where everybody can find themselves, everybody can avail themselves of something which welds them to the organization. And going a little further, which is also making families proud that our employees work for our company. So those are the things.
That's lovely to know. Thank you. Thank you so much, John.
Absolutely.